It has been a handful of years since Tulsa had a winning record in college football. 4-8 last year, 1-7 in the American, and Trey Lamb is entering his second year as the head coach with the Golden Hurricane, and what feels like a pretty open American this year. After seeing Tulane make the playoff last year, Tulane in North Texas basically play a win and end championship game last year. You never know. But right now, Tulsa just wants to get to a bowl game again and would like to win a bowl game. I think that would be fair expectations for 2026 as we look ahead to the season. So, guys, we're going all around the country here on the You Think You Know Sports podcast. We are doing a podcast, videos on social media, and a write up on every single team at the FBS level of college football. That is 138 different teams, and we're working our way through the American right now. You can find this podcast anywhere that you listen to podcasts, like Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube. You can find us on social media. You Think You Know Sports. It's spelled just like the name of this podcast, wherever you're listening to it at. We have over 10,000 followers on TikTok. You can also find us on youthinkyouKnowSports.com, where we have our write-ups on all the teams. So go check us out there as well. Look, I think that Tulsa has a chance to take that next step. They have a quarterback in Baylor Hayes, who was a freshman last year, completed 59% of his passes last year, 12 touchdowns, 6 picks. I love to look at deep dive analytics for quarterbacks. He was 65% completion percentage with 9 touchdowns and 3 picks in a clean pocket last year. That dropped 20% to 45%, where he had 3 touchdowns and 3 picks under pressure. I'm really not that worried about the 45% or even the 3 picks. I don't think it's a huge drop off, although you'd love to see it be about 50. He was 20 of 57 on deep balls with a touchdown and a pick. I like that he threw the ball deep that often. I think that's a good sign of a quarterback. Obviously, you'd love to complete a few more of those and complete at least in the 40% range. But down in the 30s, as a freshman, okay. At least he got the experience on a team that clearly still needed a lot to work on. So it's going to be interesting with only 3 starters back. Other than Hayes, they have Jaquan Adams and Cam East back on the offense. Those are both offensive linemen. So there's going to be a lot of new here for this Tulsa team as they look to continue improving. They do add Traquan Jones, a running back from Old Dominion, who had over 700 yards, and then Damari Austin from Auburn, who had 809 yards in 4 years with the Tigers. So they brought in some guys who can probably shift around the carries in the backfield, take a little bit of pressure off of Hayes. Tulsa's offense last year averaged 27 points per game, 388 yards per game. The yardage was about an average number, but the points per game left them at number 97 in the country. They gave up 30 points per game on defense and 409 yards. We'll get to that a little bit later when we get to the defense here in a couple minutes. They also brought in David Wells, an Oregon State transfer who had 44 receptions last year. Josh Smith is back at receiver. He had 9 catches last year. So we'll see if he is able to add to his production, because they obviously need somebody to step up on the offense to catch some passes from Hayes. Kind of the signature moment for Tulsa last year, early in the year, if anybody was watching, was when they upset Oklahoma State 19-12. It had been a long time since they'd won in Stillwater. That was a weeknight game. I remember it. It was kind of the last straw, it felt like, for Mike Gundy as things fell apart at Oklahoma State for him. Hayes getting to play in these big moments, 9 games last year, I think is huge as Tulsa looks ahead to this 2026 season. Defensively, there may be more answers than on the offense. They have Ty Newhouse back at the defensive line, William Alexander at linebacker, and then 4 guys in the secondary. J.D. Drew, Elijah Green, Devin Robinson, and Zach Williams are all back in the secondary for Tulsa on a team that would love to take the next step after giving up, like I said earlier, almost 31 points per game. This is a team also that needs to be better in turnover margin. They were -9 last year, 120th in the country. So that is something that they have to be better at if they're going to take the next step in the American. The schedule does them no favors early. Oklahoma State is the opener, September 5th. They do get Oklahoma State at their place. Coming to HA Champion Stadium. Excuse me, Chapman Stadium. Then they play at Sam Houston. East Texas A&M comes to Tulsa. Then they play at Arkansas. So in the first 4 weeks, they play both Oklahoma State and Arkansas. Week 5, they play North Texas. They have 9 days off before they play Navy at Navy October 10th. Then they play at Rice October 17th. They host Army October 23rd. Play at Tulane November 7th. That's going to be a different Tulane team, I think, than what we see game one. That team, what is that, the 9th game of the year, is going to be ready to go win another American title at that point. I'd much rather play Tulane early in the year this year. FAU November 14th. Charlotte November 21st. Both of those are home games. And then they play at UTSA. So the away games are at Arkansas, at Navy, at Rice, at Tulane, and at UTSA. I don't love the road schedule, especially when you add in Oklahoma State early. We'll see if the Cowboys look a lot better under Eric Morris this year. You'd think so. Drew Mestamaker is there as well, a guy that played in the American last year at North Texas. So, guys, if you follow me, subscribe to this, first off, thank you. But I hope that you'll go find some of the videos, some of the talk about Tulsa. Tell me what you think about the Golden Hurricane this year. Is this a team that could get to a bowl game? Is this a team that could surprise someone in the American, and be better than maybe what we're thinking? Love to hear from you, and I appreciate you listening. The next team on our podcast tour is going to be the UAB Blazers, and can't wait to talk about what they're going to do next year. See you there.